Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Tonight I'm going to talk about Jerusalem, however you pronounce it, what's happening in Palestine. I'm not a racist person, but I'm going to speak facts. So don't twist it too up. I think I'm racist. I'm not racist at all, but we've got to speak facts. And the facts itself is damaging towards the entire world. And I'll tell you why. These Jews have killed numerous people, attacked our mosques. The most important mosque in our culture, they've attacked while people are in there worshipping. They've breached every human rights, laws you can think of. The whole world has sat back and done nothing. Everyone's just quiet about it. I'm not even shocked, eh? I'll tell you why. First of all, this is directed at the entire, in every single Jew living over there, this is directed at. I'll tell you why. Before I used to think it's just the government. I've seen videos today of the whole nation sitting there cheering on when they're seeing the Muslims being killed. I don't know how it is over here in this country. I don't know if you hate us or not. You don't show you do. So you got to treat people in the way they treat you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, you can't just have suspicion on someone and attack them just because you believe they might be like the rest. From what we can see, the ones here are civilized. Maybe they're hiding it well, I don't know. Or maybe they're just not like the ones overseas. But the Jews overseas are very bad people. They're cheering on while innocent people are worshipping and they're being killed. This is not Taliban, this is not ISIS, this is nothing. This is innocent civilians praying, going about their day. They're fasting all day. Eid's coming up. Eid Mubarak to all the Muslims out there. It's Eid today actually, I don't know if it's today or tomorrow. I've been confused. It's either today or tomorrow that they keep changing in Islam. I don't know the way the calendar falls, I'm not too sure. So I can't quote. I want to point a few things out about Australia and about other countries. Do you see what's going on in this world? Our people are getting killed in the mosques and no one's commenting about it. No one's reporting on it. It's like it's not happening. But you got people, footballers here, all over the news, 7 days a week, they're reporting on it. How do you justify your actions? But in saying that, am I shocked? Not really. This is a country that stole the land of the Aboriginals. So they're just watching Israel do to the Muslims what they did to the Aboriginals. The only difference is Australia's got a bit more common sense and they're not killing the Aboriginals and they're not going about it that way. But they just stripped all the Aboriginals off any prospects they're ever going to have. They've put them, they've isolated them. You don't see no prime minister that's Aboriginal. So I'm not shocked that Australia is not even, the prime minister's not getting involved, because how can he get involved when his own country, the Jews will turn around and say to Australia, hey, get off your high horse. You took the land off the black fella. Or he's forgetting. Australia is the Aboriginal land. And I'll tell you what else I find absolutely disgusting. They only put the Aboriginal flag up for a few hours every time there's a special occasion, but they always lower it and they keep the Australian flag up. That in itself, I live in the middle of the city, the Harbour Bridge right in front of me. There's never the Aboriginal flag, it's always the Australian flag. So, in saying all this, am I surprised Australia stayed out of it? Not at all. This is actually what I expect of the Australian government. The only difference is over here, I think the Australian people are not racist. It's the Australian government that are the racist. That's what I believe. I believe Australian governments are all racist. I believe all the Australian citizens, thumbs up. They all show a lot of compassion. I've seen all of them sharing what's going on Facebook with Israel. 80% of the Australians that I know on my channel sharing everything about what's happening to the Islam. Look at the wax. Is that wax or sweat? Let me turn on the aircon. Hang on a sec. One sec, let me pause this. Hang on. I couldn't even pause it. There's no more UC Brigante here to edit. So anyway, I reckon the whole world is just, like even America, they stole the land of the Indians. It's just ongoing. Are you aware that Palestinians allowed the Jews in to seek refuge? And then the Israelis turned around and bit the hand that feeds them. They've taken 95% of the land and the whole world's done nothing about it. But then again, that's how every country has formed itself. Australia, America, England, all these countries have done standover tactics, but the only difference is they do it with a smile. In Israel, they're terrorists in Israel, and they've said to each other, let's just kill them all. And they're going about, they've woken up, the Prime Minister's woken up, his country's in turmoil, he's almost out. So before he leaves, he wants to be remembered. He wants to be the Prime Minister that killed the Islamic people. And now they'll probably re-elect him because he's created World War III. And yeah, and the world's not getting involved. I find it bizarre that they comment in the Daily Telegraph about a Jewish man in America ran over Palestinian protesters, and the caption was, Jewish man flees for his safety. He just ran over a group of Muslim people. Forget about the Muslims. He just ran over a group of humans. And they turn around and say, he was fleeing for his life, so he ran over them. Look what they comment on. They're not commenting on the mosque being attacked. They're not commenting on all these. And I can say a lot of things. I'm trying to bite my tongue because I have 2 Jewish friends who are good people. And maybe all the Jews here are decent people, I don't know. But the ones that I have met are good people. And they even say it's the government and the whole country over there is twisted, brother. He goes, he always sends his deepest sorries to me. Like today he sent me 5 messages, brother, I'm so sorry what's happened over there. So the Jews here, I don't think are the same as, or they're hiding it well, I don't know. And I have to say that, even if my friend's watching this, end of the day, I gotta speak facts. I think this country's too hard to be racist because Muslims are massive here. And their religion is a very touchy subject. And I think people are smart enough over here not to cross those boundaries. They just know better. I wish I was overseas. I honestly do. We just didn't worry about what we're gonna wear tomorrow, how much money is our shop's gonna make, what girl we're gonna go to dinner with. While my people are sitting there dying overseas. I wanna do this video in order for everyone to realize that even people like myself have compassion. Convicted killer, ex-bikie boss. I came from the core of the streets. I've done things in my life. If you knew, you would run away from me. You don't want to, I can't even get into details of how bad of a man I was. It's at the time and place. Maybe on my deathbed, when I'm dying, then I'll do a podcast. And I'll show you the real face. I'll show you the monster that existed once upon a time. But in saying that, a man like myself has compassion. And you got the Prime Minister of this country not coming out saying nothing. So who's the real criminal here? Me? Or people like me? Or this government? You know? It's very sad that we're living in 2021 and this is still going on. I think racism has re-emerged. I think they've started the racism card again, bit by bit. I just believe things are going to get a lot worse before they get better overseas. Would it spill over to this side of the world? Who knows? Only God knows. You never know. There's a lot of Muslims in this country. There's a lot of Jews in this country. All it's going to take is for one fanatical, radicalized, unintelligent Jew or unintelligent Muslim, and they do something stupid. And it's spilled over to this side of the world. So I think the world should kick back and say to themselves, how can we make this a better place for everyone? Shouldn't the whole Australia protest? Don't you think the whole Australia should protest what's going on in Israel? They're killing kids. Do you understand? If I were to go and kill a kid on the street, you'd crucify me. But the Israelis done it and no one's saying nothing. Like, I don't even know what to say, eh? I watched a video today. This is why I've come on and done this video. Of the whole entire population over there chanting and yelling, Israel, Israel, while our mosque was burning. If you think that we're living in a society that's acceptable, then you're gonna open a door you don't want to open. There'll be certain individuals in this country and country all around the world that aren't the most educated people, and they look at this and they think, well, it's all right for the government to do these things. Why don't we just go kill a few Muslims? You feel what I'm saying? Could be a few radicalized Jewish people living in this country and they think, Australia will give you a slap on the wrist if you kill a few Muslims. Or there could be some Muslims that go around and fucking kill some Jews. You never know. There's a lot of radicalized on both sides in this country, I believe. And you know who's going to get caught up in the middle of all this? Innocent people like ourselves going to work every day. And because I'm Muslim, I might be a target by radicalized Jews. They might target me. Who knows? But I just want to wrap this up. Quick podcast to say, what can we do to make this go away? The whole Australia needs to unite, and someone's got to speak up. Straight out. This can't be right. You're opening up a mentality of Muslims' lives doesn't matter. You got generations growing up thinking no one's even outraging that Muslims are dying. Like, when's the world gonna stop and just say, why can't we all live in peace? You know? I believe us Muslims are good people, and I think that we don't deserve what's happening to us. And I believe the Jews are at fault. And I think the world should intervene. And I think our Prime Minister should get off his backside and do something. Remember these words. Eventually, it's going to reach a point where, I'll tell you an example. All it's going to take is for someone in this country to lose their mother in that country and go ballistic. I'm telling you don't know how Arabs are. They love their families. more than anything. If some Joe Blow's living here, his mum gets killed in Israel, best believe it, that you heard it here first. What a Muslim will do for his mother, I don't think anyone will be ready for that. So I think this country needs to get off its backside and intervene. So then, if someone did lose their family over there, they're not going to be resentful against this country, because they're going to say to themselves, Australia tried its best. It's not Australia's fault. But when Australia's doing nothing about it, do you know how many Palestinians live in this country? A lot. And they've got family back home. We're all fortunate that the wrong mother hasn't been killed, and she's got a radical, crazy son. That, I'll give you an example. If my mother passed away overseas at the hands of whoever it is, and trust me, all the Muslims got the same mentality. Your mother, your sister, your brother, your wife, your father, you'll go to the other side of you end your life for them. So I reckon people have got to intervene, and they've got to stop this. Remember, you heard it here first. Australia needs to get involved. Let's leave it at that. And for all the trolls that are going to start talking shit, I don't ever respond. Say as you please. I'll respond to you if I ever see you in person, and I know you are. I see what you write on my page, but I don't reply. What's the point of tiring my hands? Can't get to you. But you best believe, if I get wind who you are writing all that stuff on my page, and I see you somewhere, then you get my response. I'm gonna wrap this podcast up. Until I see you again, live in peace and harmony. Love your neighbor as if you love your family. If you see Jewish in the street, go up to them, shake their hand. Show them that we're not hating you guys because of what your people are doing over there. In our culture and our religion, we are humble men. We are people of integrity, people of compassion. We don't go around harming people. So you best understand, Islam is not a terrorist nation. The world needs to understand we are not a terrorist nation. We are a nation of good people. That's all I've got to say. May Allah have mercy on everyone that died. And I hope to God all the Israelis get brain cancer in Israel. Peace out.